Welcome back, everybody. And today it is top 5 running backs of all time. Now, this list may get debatable because a lot of people who have someone at number 1 probably isn't number 1 for me. So, yeah. So let's get on to the list. At number 5, we have LaDainian Tomlinson. In his career, he got 13,684 rushing yards, 145 rushing touchdowns, 4,772 receiving yards, 17 receiving touchdowns, and 31 fumbles. In his best season, he got 1,815 rushing yards, 28 rushing touchdowns, 508 receiving yards, 3 receiving touchdowns, and 2 fumbles. He made 5 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pro second team, 3 All-Pro first team, and OPOI and MVP. He led the league in rushing yards twice and rushing touchdowns 3 times. He never won a Super Bowl. Strengths are that he's pretty athletic, he's a good receiving back, and his ability to get touchdowns. He doesn't have any weaknesses, and he also has the most touchdowns in a season with 31, 28 rushing and 3 receiving. Number 4, Emmett Smith. In his career, he got 18,355 rushing yards, 164 rushing touchdowns, 3,224 receiving yards, 11 receiving touchdowns, and 61 fumbles. In his best season, he got 1,773 rushing yards, 25 rushing touchdowns, 375 receiving yards, and 7 fumbles. He made it to 8 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro second team, 4 All-Pro first team, Offensive Rookie of the Year, MVP, and a Super Bowl MVP. And he led the league in rushing yards 4 times and rushing touchdowns 3 times. And he won 3 Super Bowls, and 1 was a Super Bowl MVP. And his strengths is his cutting ability, his longevity as he played for a pretty long time, especially for a running back, and he's very versatile on offense. And his weakness is he's emotional, as he'll get emotional very quickly. He also has the most rushing yards and touchdowns all time. Number 3, Jim Brown. A lot of people have Jim Brown number 1, but I have him number 3. He got 12,312 rushing yards, 106 rushing touchdowns, 2,499 receiving yards, 20 receiving touchdowns, and 57 fumbles. In his best season, he got 1,544 rushing yards, 17 rushing touchdowns, 328 receiving yards, 4 receiving touchdowns, and 6 fumbles. In his career, he made 9 Pro Bowls, 9 All-Pro first team, Offensive Rookie of the Year, and 3 MVPs. And he led the league in rushing yards 8 times and rushing touchdowns 5 times. And he played in the pre-Super Bowl era, so he has no Super Bowl win. His strengths is his athleticism, strength, agility, and his ability to fight for extra yards. He doesn't have any really weaknesses. He has the most yards per game, rushing yards per game. Like, his all-time stats isn't really that good. He only played 9 years. If he played more years, he would definitely be number 1. Which could be the same said for number 2, Barry Sanders. In his career, he got 15,269 rushing yards, 99 rushing touchdowns, 2,921 receiving yards, and 10 receiving touchdowns and 41 fumbles. In his best season, he got 2,053 rushing yards, 11 rushing touchdowns, 305 receiving yards, 3 receiving touchdowns, and 3 fumbles. He made 10 Pro Bowls, 4 All-Pro second teams, 6 All-Pro first teams, Offensive Rookie of the Year, 2 Offensive Player of the Years, and 1 MVP. And he led the league in rushing yards 4 times and rushing touchdowns 1 time. Strengths are his athleticism, his agility, his elusiveness / juking. And elusiveness is pretty much the ability to evade, which can also count for breaking tackles, but usually I use that as juking. He has no weaknesses and nothing else really with him. And at number 1, we have Walter Payton. He got 16,726 rushing yards, 110 rushing touchdowns, 4,538 receiving yards, 15 receiving touchdowns, and 86 fumbles. In his best season, he got 1,852 rushing yards, 14 rushing touchdowns, 269 receiving yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, and 11 fumbles. In his career, he made 9 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pro second teams, 5 All-Pro first teams, OPOI, and MVP. He led the league in rushing yards and touchdowns once, and he made it to a Super Bowl at one time. Strengths are his athleticism, his versatility, elusiveness/juking, and his strength. And even though I didn't write anything down, he fumbled a lot. That's like weakness, nothing else. And when I say versatility, he was actually a good throwing. You know, he threw the ball a lot, as you can see in the GIF. He was also a pretty good receiving back. To recap, number 5 was LaDainian Tomlinson, number 4 was Emmett Smith, number 3 was Jim Brown, number 2 was Barry Sanders, number 1 was Walter Payton. Do you agree or disagree with my list? And place your opinions in the comment section below. A lot of people might say Jim Brown or Emmett Smith should be number 1, but I got Walter Payton. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and enable notifications so you know when my next video comes out. And thanks for watching.